Deja Downey, and I'm the founder of the Vision Group Marketing and Consultant. And today I'm sitting here with Miss Bowens, Timalyn Bowens, and she's gonna be talking to us a little bit about taxes on this tax week. So I'm excited, and we want to introduce her. So how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you, Deja?
I am doing great, taking it one day at a time. So with that being said, this is Business and Tea. So what exactly is in your cup?
So today I have Tezo, their wild sweet orange. I like it because it's real smooth, it's soothing, and there's no caffeine in it.
Excellent. What does your cup actually say on it?
It says reading is dreaming with your eyes open. Oops.
Ooh, I like that. And I like the black to white. I'm such a
I do too.
So today I'm actually drinking, it is called Lemon Ginger Plus Probiotics by Bigelow brand. I love this tea. It gives me a little boost in the morning, but most importantly on the front of the cup, reminds me of you. It says, God is in her. She will not fall. So I love
it. It reminded you of me.
It does. And I was like, wow, perfect for just a perfect person. So I'm excited about that. So getting right into these questions. So with you being a tax business, what services does your business provide?
So we specialize in tax resolution, which what that means is when people get in trouble with the IRS, we're the first person they call, because we resolve their IRS issues. So for example, if someone you knew, knock on wood, they had an IRS problem and they couldn't pay in full, what they would do is they would call me. I'd do a consultation to see how I could help. And then I would be their tax power of attorney, and I would handle all communication with the IRS from there to be able to negotiate that with the IRS and hopefully get it settled for something less than what they originally owed.
Excellent. I think that's amazing. So what makes your business unique?
I would say, in addition to offering that service, because a lot of even other licensed professionals don't offer that because pretty common. People don't like to talk to the IRS, right? But the other thing that makes us unique is you still get a personal touch. So even now as we're growing, and it may not always be me that a person talks to, you're still going to have somebody that knows you, is going to know your situation and be able to communicate that to you effectively, which I don't know how many tax professionals you've dealt with. That is not something that's all the way across the board, because one of the things that I want to make sure we're doing is bridging that financial literacy gap. So like you need to understand what you're signing when you file your tax return.
Excellent. So education is definitely in place.
Yes, education is definitely key, something that I'm passionate about.
Yes, I love it. So what is the biggest misconception with taxes and people in small businesses?
I think the biggest misconception right now, why does it go back for 2020? The biggest misconception is that you don't have to pay them. I've heard so many times like, this person didn't pay their taxes, like pastors don't pay their taxes. And again, like I said, I'm huge on like the whole education part of it. So we have big companies, let's use like Amazon for an example. That's been something in the news for like the past 2 years. Like they don't pay taxes. What people don't understand is how much money they spent before that year, that really they're just carrying over a loss, which is a benefit of the tax law that people just don't know how to utilize or don't have the money to spend on the front end to be able to utilize that later. Or the example like with churches, like no, the church, if they're registered correctly, everything's set up right, they don't pay taxes, but that doesn't mean the pastor doesn't pay taxes. Or we have like the famous ones, like they have all these books and stuff people buy, like they probably don't even need the church's income. So I think that's the biggest misconception that I would say I've seen. It's like, oh, we don't have to pay them. It's like, oh, nope.
Gotta pay.
You do.
Excellent. So what would you say is the best part about your job?
Sorry, I was drinking my tea. When you told me all I had to bring was hot tea, I was like, oh, this show's right up my alley. So my favorite part of the job, I would say my favorite part of the job is actually getting to learn about people. So I love to read. This mug is actually from a book club I'm in now. And I like to read autobiographies. Like I want to know what makes people tick. So if we look at like higher level tax planning, even in the representation, seeing how people spend their money within their business tells you so much about them. Or like, even if they don't have a business, like what organizations they give to, what kind of financial planning they do to like set their children and their family up for the future. So I really enjoy putting that puzzle together and finding out about these people that I'm working with through their finances.
It's so funny you brought that up. I would say, in my career, in my choice of career with the marketing, you definitely have to have a marketing strategy and a psychological strategy with what you do as an approach, because you have got to understand what one may feel, think, or translate in their thought process of what you're putting out there to the world. So I definitely understand exactly what you're saying. You got to understand who and what you're dealing with at any time. So I think that's very smart of you to be ready for that at any given time. And yeah, very smart. So Ms. Bowen, my next question is what is one word that best describes who you are?
I would say tenacity. Because when I set my mind to do something, I'm going to do it. I was one of those people before I went to college. I knew I wanted to be an accountant. Before I got to high school, like I knew I wanted to help small business owners, but with their finances. At that time, I didn't know exactly what it was going to look like. If you would have asked me, would I be doing tax work, I probably would have said no. But that has evolved into what my business is now and is continuingly evolving to where I'm helping individuals and small business owners. And they're just like all these different ideas. I'm like, I'm going to do this. The business is going to do this. Like it's written down. We've written the vision, made it plain. We're going to go get it.
That's excellent. So what do you have in store for your clients in 2021? Or what should we be looking out for with your firm in 2021?
In 2021, we are going to have, as a firm, more of a focus on helping resolve those tax issues. Because with that, people need to understand, like, if you make a deal with the IRS and they accept it, there's steps after that you have to follow to stay in compliance, making sure that everything stays filed on time, things are paid on time. But kind of separating from that, because I told you, like, I'm big on the education part. You're going to actually see me in more of a like teacher role. So this year, you're going to see me do more like tax master classes. You're going to see me speak at more events. Also, you're going to see me have more consistent content on the YouTube channel. I'm getting ready to upload and put out a video on how to properly fill out your W-4, because it's not just business owners that we have that owe the IRS. Sometimes it is employees, and they owe simply because they don't know how to fill out the W-4. Now, I think that's something that's basic that should be taught in like high school, but it's not. But I'm going to be utilizing YouTube to get that kind of information out to help people avoid being in trouble with the IRS. So definitely shameless plug, like YouTube channel is actually my name. So Timalyn Bowens EA. And then also that will link to the blog, because some people need like the written instruction as well, and tips so they can avoid being in trouble. So you could go to the website and it's Tax Tips with Timalyn. So those both will be coming out weekly.
Excellent. Content. Super excited about it. So if you could give a piece of advice to anybody who wants to start their own tax firm or is thinking about it, what piece of advice would you give them today?
Ooh, only one. I would say do your due diligence. And by that, like, especially on social media nowadays, it makes things look easier than they actually are. You want to make sure that you're actually doing your own research and not just depending on what people are saying on the internet. And like, the tax law is bigger than the room that I'm sitting in. Like, find an area of it, become an expert in it, and make sure that you keep up with what's going on. So like this year, last year, there's going to be so much continuing education that I have to do because, like, think about it. We just got approved to get a second stimulus check. With COVID relief, things are changing daily. So like, just do your due diligence to know what your obligations are for you, as far as learning and staying compliant, and then for the clients that you want to serve.
So you guys heard it first from the leader herself. She just let you guys know. Education, education, education. So we're so happy to have you here today. But right before you leave, we want you to actually let people know exactly where they can find you on social media, an email address if you'd like to drop that, and how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, YouTube, I am going to be a lot more active on there just because, like, I didn't like doing the videos. Sometimes I'm still like, but from doing the videos, I've noticed that people have reached out, sent me messages like, your video gave me the confidence to reach out to you, or it gave me the assurance like that I could deal with this tax issue. And I want to make sure that I'm having that impact for people. So most definitely go to the YouTube channel. Like I said, Timalyn Bowens EA, subscribe. And I want it to be something where I'm engaging with you. I just don't want to be talking at people. Like, I want to know what tax issues people have questions about so I can provide the content to answer that. Then on Instagram, I am also Timalyn S Bowens. The same on LinkedIn. And then on Facebook, there is the company business page, Bowens Tax and Bookkeeping Solutions. And we're also on LinkedIn as the same name.
Excellent. Yes, I follow both, by the way.
Yes, you do.
Yes. So thank you so much. And as you guys know, my name is Deja Downey, as the founder of the Vision Group. You can find me anytime at Facebook at TVG Marketing. You can find me on Instagram at TVG Media, and anytime on LinkedIn at Deja Downey. And you can email us anytime at info@thevisiongroupmarketing.com. So Ms. Bowens, thank you so much for joining us today. And we hope everybody has a great day. Thank you. Bye. Here at Igloo Heating and Air, we are committed to quality, professionalism, and the safety of your home. Our technicians are prepared to service your home with proper PPE coverings. Using products like TimStar, why would you choose anyone else? Be sure to like our Facebook page where you can find exclusive offers daily. And we are Igloo Heating and Air, where professionalism and cool meet.